Welcome back. You're watching this CNBC-TV18 special. Now, the upcoming goods and service tax, which becomes effective from July, will bring sweeping changes to India's taxation regime. And industries across the board will be impacted by this. India's hospitality sector will be no different. As we continue our conversations with the chief executives of the Hilton, Hyatt and Marriott Group, we try and understand from them how they see GST impacting the hospitality sector in India and the implications it could have for the sector. Let's listen in to that conversation.
One, having a consistent approach across the entire country is very good, and having transparency is very good. I think if you look at any historical perspective of other countries around the world, the more that they've had consistency and transparency, the better that it's been for growth in the economy. So I think it's quite positive.
I would say that at a more generalized level, there's been a clear movement towards having reporting, both for tax purposes and other regulatory purposes, become much more transparent and available online and in a digitized format. And I think that the essence of the GST is really leading to a simplified approach to how what is currently a number of different taxes or different frameworks are currently operating.
And we have a very complicated tax structure across all the different states in India. This is going to take it back to a level playing field. From a consumer's perspective, it's going to be very clear to understand what is that rate you're actually paying or how much you're paying for something, and we don't have these multi-page invoices where the different levels of taxes and so forth that are in there. So I think that's going to be extremely positive.
I have belief that GST will have considerable positive impact in the industry across the board. We've seen it in other countries around the world. It's one tax versus a number of taxes that have in the past been levied on customers in different states, and they vary from state to state and cause considerable amount of confusion. GST will clarify all of that. Now, the discussions we are engaged with as a broader industry with the government is the actual percentage,
right.
And that is still being worked through.
The general consensus is that the hotel industry could be looking at a GST rate of about 18%. Although, as you point out, the final rate is yet to be decided. Do you believe that a rate of 18% is an ideal rate for the industry?
We believe, looking at the industry, the potential growth, tourism as one of the key focus areas for the Prime Minister, and the potential it has in creating jobs, that we should really be focused on GST that's in the range of 12 to 15% where possible, because that's when it'll help the industry from a long-term perspective to thrive and create those job opportunities for millions of Indians that are coming out of schools every year.
It's time for another break now. Do keep watching to know how the Hilton, Hyatt and the Marriott Group of hotels are looking to rapidly increase their presence in the Indian market.